is going to equal 1. All right. So think about this. If you get an additional dollar and you spend 75 cents of that additional dollar, how much is your savings? 25 cents. If I get 10 additional dollars, how much of that am I going to spend? How much will I spend? If I get 10 additional dollars, and I'm very likely, I'm very likely to consume 75 cents out of each dollar, out of each additional dollar.
You're going to save $2.50.
Exactly. You're going to consume $7.50 of those $10, and you're going to save $2.50. So that's what we use this for. We use this to get an estimate of what's going to happen to consumption, and what's going to happen to savings when we have additional income. Okay. So as our income increases, and we went from 390 to 410, our consumption went up from 390 to 405. What was our average propensity to consume, and what was our marginal propensity to consume here? Okay. So average propensity to consume, the formula was what? Consumption divided by income. So we'll take our consumption of 405 divided by our income, and that tells us on average how much income, how much consumption there was for $410. Okay, so what do you get? 498. Okay, and let's see that right. Average consume. How much? 98?
Well, 99 because you rounded up.
How much?
It's 0.9878, so I rounded up.
Oh, so 99 cents. That means on average, as our income goes from 390 to 410, we're consuming 99 cents out of that dollar. Okay, that's at $410 of income, we're consuming 99 cents out of every dollar. That's better said. Okay, so out of $410, we are consuming on average 99 cents. Now, we want to look at marginal propensity to consume. Now we're going to look at for each additional dollar that we get, how much of that additional dollar are we consuming? And that is when we're going to use this formula here. Okay. So consumption level 2, consumption level 1, as we move from 390 to 410, what is our C2 going to be?
405.
405, and our C1?
390.
390. Okay, so we plug those values in, and then our disposable income 2 is
410.
410, and our disposable income 1 is
390.
390. So we're going to plug those values in. So we said 405 minus 390 over, what was it, 410 minus 390. Okay. And we calculate that out, and that is what, 15 over 20? 410 minus 390. 20 and 405 minus 390. 15. What does that give you?
3/4.
3/4. 3/4, if you put that in decimal form, is what? 0.75. Okay. So if you look again on that table in your textbook, 0.75 is our marginal propensity to consume. That means for each additional dollar that we got, we're spending 75 cents of that. 25 cents is going into savings. Okay. So, every additional increment that we get in income. Okay, we track the change in income, we track the change in consumption. That's going to give us our marginal propensity to consume. That's also going to give us the slope of our consumption function. Okay, so this is going to be the change in consumption due to the change in disposable income, which equals your marginal propensity to consume. Changes in disposable income will result in movements along the curve. Why? Because we're only mapping the relationship between disposable income and consumption. Okay, so anytime you have a graph and you have a variable here and a variable on that side, if one of these changes, it's only a movement along the curve. Questions on that? So if changes in disposable income result in changes in consumption, what would the change in wealth do? Would it cause a movement or a shift of the curve? It would cause a shift because we're not mapping it here, right? The only way we can capture a change in wealth is by shifting the curve. If your wealth goes up, what's going to happen to your consumption?
Going to shift around.
Okay, so in this case, it's going to shift upwards. Okay, if your wealth goes down, your curve is going to shift downwards. Okay. So we'll go over the shifters next time.